Welcome, everyone. Thanks for your attendance. If you would please rise for the FPD Honor Guard.
All uniform personnel, attention. Other guy, forward, march. Detail, pull, ready, big. Very close. Close. All uniform personnel, present arms.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Ready, please. Forward.
Please welcome one of our police chaplains, Pastor Sarah Siebold, to give us the invocation.
Psalm 65 says, "The Lord cares for the land and waters it. You enrich it abundantly. The streams of God are filled with water to provide the people with grain, so you have ordained it." Let us pray. Gracious God, Lord, you ordain the rain and the winds. You also ordain these days, and we thank you for the promotions and the celebration. We come with joy at these promotions for all of Captain Troy Hannig, Lieutenant Christy Jacobson, and Sergeant Tim Falconer. Lord, I ask that you would give all of your good gifts to them to help them to faithfully engage in their jobs, to fulfill their roles, to serve this community. And Lord, I thank you for each person here. Bless this time together. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Please be seated. Welcome, everyone. Sorry for the odd time. Usually we do these in the morning, but thank you for being here. It's another big day for three of our personnel. And that day where some additional dreams come true, and we add some new members to our leadership team at the Fargo Police Department. I'd like to recognize and thank our elected officials here, Mayor Mahoney's here, dignitaries, our honor guard and department staff, as well as our newly promoted members, Troy Hannig, Christy Jacobson, Tim Falconer, and of course their families. If you would please give them all a round of applause. Today we gather to recognize the talents, commitment, character, and competence of these three individuals. They each bring with them their own artful leadership approach in a multitude of ways that is greatly appreciated and valued. They have internalized our department's vision, mission, and values, and within each of their roles have intentionally worked to lead, guide, and develop not just themselves, but others as well. Their passion for these principles will continue to serve them well as they enter into the new roles as captain, lieutenant, and sergeant. I've had the pleasure to get to know all three of these folks over the last 5 years. Just wanted to touch on a few of the highlights to give you a little more insight into them as individuals and why they are some excellent selections for these positions. I first met Tim on August 18, 2020, which would be not noteworthy at all, except that happened to be the day during the police chief process that I was offered the opportunity for a ride along with the Fargo Police Department officer. So I looked at my list and I could see I was assigned this guy named Tim Falconet. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So meet Tim, we get geared up and ready to go out. And one of my first questions was, Tim, why are you doing this? Did you volunteer or did someone kind of tell you to do this, right? Because I'm really interested, right, to know, because who knows what you're going to get, right? Tim immediately expressed his desire to help select the best candidate and be part of the future of the department, and that was important to him, not just on a personal level, but as a professional level, a team and organizational level. So we went out. I survived several traffic stops and kind of rambunctious child welfare, runaway kind of situation, right? That was a little bit time consuming, but also got great insight into Tim's approach to policing. Kind of felt like I was back in Milwaukee, flopping around in District 3, riding with a partner. It was a really good experience. Tim's a solid cop, dependable teammate, and innovative thinker. Following a tragic situation in August of 2023, in which the person who was attempting to arrest fled instead into the river and drowned, Tim quickly suggested that the department purchase and equip our vehicles with life preservers, which honestly, I had no idea we didn't have life preservers, and it seems like it makes a lot of sense around a river. So really great innovation and use of a tragic situation, and in short order, we got those things ordered up, did the training, and they're now within all of our cars. So really great innovation on his part. As a member of our CET team, Tim is known to our downtown community and businesses as a reliable problem solver. His patience and compassion for our profession is evident every day, as he quickly and often transitions from identifying and apprehending. And when I say identify, Tim's like an eagle eye. So if you're anywhere within a couple blocks and he's looking for you, he spots you. And then he figures out how he's going to, do the apprehension piece. Excellent work. And so he's brought in a lot of wanted persons just by doing that. Or on the other side of the coin, de-escalating mental health situations. So he's very versatile in all of that. I'm excited to see him out as a supervisor, leading and developing our newest officers. I think he'll have a lot of influence and impact there. And he's currently now in his sergeant training, so today will be his formal promotion. And he'll probably be out on the bricks in his new position in about 3 or 4 weeks, I think. So he'll be assigned ultimately to the day shift, one of our patrol teams. We're really looking forward to what he can bring to the table. Christy has previously supervised the community engagement team, and during her career has been deeply involved in supporting our youth via schools, juvenile law and procedure, and community trust building. Community engagement is very difficult work, especially during and following the 2020 riots and the resulting negativity towards policing that was felt nationwide. But Christy's innate ability to effectively communicate, empathize, and build relationships with diverse groups created a very successful path for our department and our community. In 2021, I asked Christy to help in leading the effort to establish our police advisory board. She was a key player in those sometimes tense discussions, but her professionalism and direct, Christy is direct and clear, right? Yet honest communication helped us greatly in working through significant mistrust and other policing issues, ultimately creating our Police Advisory and Oversight Board, and she later received the Supervisor of the Year Award in 2022. In May of 23, she got a new challenge, took on the supervision position in our Detective Bureau Crimes Against Children team. This was a very difficult role. It was a transition from the patrol side, where she utilized her knowledge and compassion for our youth, as well as created a leadership opportunity for herself. Crimes Against Children is a tremendously taxing area for our personnel. The information, the videos, the photos, the things that they have to involve themselves in, and the ilk of those involved is very mentally challenging, yet necessary to protect our most vulnerable in our community. While this was a big transition, Christy had immediate impact and helped address many issues while working to assist the CAC detectives in handling these large caseloads, both from an operational perspective and a wellness perspective. After having the opportunity to see her leadership plan last week, I look forward to her future successes and impact as she leads our night shift division team of officers, which again plugs right into her passion for youth, because there's a lot of youth on the night shift in our department, very young department. So really looking forward to her putting all that to use, and she's already having a great impact. Troy, it strikes me as the methodical thinker and learner. He seeks information, analyzes it, and puts forward not just recommendation, but actionable improvements. My dad always says, talk is cheap. We need action, right? And so I really appreciate the fact that he brings those actionable improvements to the table. Since his field promotion in April, I've been impressed with his ability to tackle difficult tasks in an organized and efficient manner. Things such as complete large-scale policy pieces to other things that have come across the table on the personnel side. In his new role, he's got not just training, but internal affairs, professional accountability, which is a whole new ballgame. Troy attended LPO, that's our Leadership in Police Organizations, the ICP course, in 2022, and immediately put the training to use along with the rest of his team. Christy was actually in that same class, in terms of putting together a presentation. So the course is a leadership course that also gives you solutions and a methodology to put those into play. So again, using that same approach, Troy brought forward one of the team presentations that had to do with a staffing issue for our night shift red team, the Friday workday, as well as creating a new sergeant process. Again, in both of these, you utilize the LPO concepts, which is exactly what we want our folks to do. We send them to this training to give them that leadership development. Both of those presentations were ultimately implemented in our department policy and procedure. So again, excellent example of leadership across the board and putting what you learn into actionable improvements for our department. Troy's a team player. He served actually as an interim lieutenant the last time he was promoted for 6 months until his full promotion to lieutenant in May of 22, where he served as the night shift commander, and in the fall was tapped to lead our training and development unit, where his impact was again significant for our young department. He created immediate efficiencies within TDU and our quartermaster area, and has taken on the challenging task of following legal and case law updates, creating training bulletins that provide our officers with important guidance, and being mindful of training issues with a focus on solving them before they become critical. When you have a lot of new cops running around, everyone's learning a lot, and identifying like common issues or misunderstandings before they become a really big problem is huge for the department and for everyone working here. So really appreciate his leadership on that. Not only do all three of these folks fill different ranks and roles, but they bring with them their various life experiences, knowledge, skills, abilities, and leadership style that will benefit and build upon the diverse and robust leadership team that we've created here at Fargo PD. Their efforts and contributions will ensure our ability not just to sustain and grow our team, but to accomplish the very important task of creating, growing, and sustaining future leaders. We all need replacements, and while we strive to improve in the role we're in, the most important task is making sure that the people behind us are capable. In fact, before I got up here, the mayor said, "Hey, if the chief goes down, Assistant Chief Stefanowitz, can you come up and do the speech?" And he said, "Yeah, I can read his notes." So, but we have to prepare people for these things, right? And all these folks are doing that. We play what Simon Sinek calls is an infinite game. There's no end to policing. Policing continues. We're plugging in and plugging out different people as it continues across the generations, but it's a core component of our democratic republic. It's not going to go away. And at all levels of the department, we have to have competence and character. That's a big commitment, but a very rewarding one. One that exemplifies our vision, mission, values, and our policing purpose of protecting the vulnerable from harm and preventing future victimization. I'm confident that all of you are ready for this challenge, and also just I remind you to ensure that you value, respect, and invest in all of your personnel. Lead, guide, and mentor all of your direct reports. Recognize and supporting those that are excelling, who may need less of your attention, but they may need some of your mentorship, while assisting others that may need more of your knowledge and experience to get them up to a performance level that's going to allow for success. Lead with positivity and compassion. All three of these folks are the most positive, compassionate folks that we've got in our department. Wellness, making sure you're taking care of your team and emphasizing the win and the good news while navigating through the failures. Those are opportunities to learn, Everyone's going to make mistakes from time to time, and we can build upon those to create some really good cops. Reward and ensure accountability by acknowledging the great work done by your team and reinforce good behavior. We get what we reinforce, right? If we reinforce good behavior, we'll get more good behavior. Conversely, you're also the first to know if a member of your team has a personal performance issue. Address those with care and expediency. This will often keep a small mess from becoming a disaster. Concentrate on changing behavior versus punishment. Expect that there will be some conflict, but don't avoid conflict. Addressing an organizational issue because of that, if you do, will likely save a career. Sometimes people are adverse to dealing with difficult conversations or difficult issues. So just remember that avoidance is not a leadership principle. We, and especially this profession, have to deal with it on the street. It's similar internally. We need to make sure that we're addressing issues in a professional way and helping folks out. Both I and the department are extremely proud of all of you, and we're grateful for your commitment and efforts that you have provided and will continue to provide going forward to our department, community, and our profession. And I congratulate all of you on your well-deserved promotions. Now I'd like to introduce our mayor, Dr. Timothy Mahoney.
Good afternoon. Thank you for all being here. Really good that colleagues came out today. You're all working different shifts, so it's nice to see your team here. It means a lot to have so many families, friends, and colleagues with us today. I'm honored to stand before you as we celebrate the promotion of 3 outstanding members of the Fargo Police Department. Throughout their careers, each of these individuals has demonstrated excellence, perseverance, steadfast commitment to public service. They've shown up in good times and bad times, and they've shown up. They've shown up when it counted. Oftentimes showing up with a smile on their face or a hand out to reach to the community. But they take their service very seriously. They have followed different paths to this moment, but they all share the same resolve to serve the community. Your promotions are a recognition of your experience, your accomplishments, and your ability as strong leaders. Captain Troy Hannick's career reflects deep investment in operational readiness, training, innovation, and officer development. From serving on the SWAT team to helping launch Fargo Police Academy, his leadership has helped modernize our department's training systems and prepare officers for the realities of the 21st century. Lieutenant Christy Jacobson, journey has been defined by service, resilience, leadership in the most critical moments. From her work investigating crimes against children to her instrumental role in creating the Police Advisory and Oversight Board, she's built bridges between law enforcement and people we serve. And I have to say, you have the most patience of anybody I know to listen to different things that went on and still keeping the smile on your face and marching forward. Her recognition as Supervisor of the Year and recipient of the Chief's Medal underscores her impact. Sergeant Tim Falconier is known for his calm presence, thoughtful leadership, and efforts to build bonds in our community. Whether working downtown with community engagement team or training the next generation of officers, he has led with empathy and intention. His police work, he emphasized wellness, safety, and professionalism, values that matter every day on the job. Combined, these 3 officers bring decades of experience in their new roles, and Fargo is a better place because of their service. I sometimes think of the Timberwolves and their present drive to success. The coach can have a great plan, a great idea of how to win the NBA championship, but it's not done without execution. If the team doesn't execute, they don't go nowhere. And to me, that's truly our Fargo Police Department. If they don't execute the plan that's been developed by the team, then they do not become successful. We have one of the finest police forces in the nation. We have people who follow and do the disciplines they have to do and follow the quality work that we're very proud of in our community. As each of you step to your new positions, I encourage you not to guide, but also to listen. Our community will look to you for answers. Your fellow officers will look for you for support. In the most difficult times, people will look to you for hope. In these moments, remember why you chose this profession. Remember your call to serve, and remember with service comes compassion. This city believes in you. We're proud of you. And like a proud papa, I've been around for quite a while, and it's fun to see people that started when I started out, and you're getting promoted. I'm waiting for my promotion, but I'm glad you got yours, so congratulations.
I'll have to think about what to promote you to, Mayor. I'll think about that one. Thank you, sir. Now let's move forward with the formal pinnings. We're going to start with Captain Troy Hannig, who's going to be pinned by his sister Tara, former FPD officer. And I don't know, maybe she's coming back. I'm not really sure. That wasn't me. Sorry, comms. Come on up, Troy and Tara. Oh. Is that what you're saying? You see, you say it a little louder. Before we do that, let's go to the very well-prepared video that our comms team did. It's right here on the agenda. Thank you, sir.
All three of these people have different roles and responsibilities. Each is important to the successful operation and organizational structure of the department.
So I joined the Fargo Police Department in March of 2007. Previously, I was the lieutenant of our training and development unit, and I'm currently the captain in the professional standards division. It's busy. It's much busier than I anticipated it was going to be, but it's good. It's new challenges, and I've got a really great team to work with, so they're making the transition pretty easy for me.
My official 19th year anniversary will be this October, so 18 and a half years. Prior to promotion, I was the Crimes Against Children Investigations Unit Sergeant, and now I currently am the night shift commander within Neighborhood Services. I currently supervise 5 sergeants and then all of the officers that work the overnight shift.
About 7.5 years. I've been here since September 11th, 2017. I've done lots of things here at the police department. I've been a patrol training officer, I've been an instructor, and having that opportunity to mentor and to train and help develop newer officers, as well as having an opportunity to learn a lot and become a better officer, I feel like this is a natural next step. It's something that I'm excited about, to be able to develop those roles a little bit more, to become more involved as a mentor and a trainer, and having the opportunity to support my coworkers that I care about, be there for them in difficult times is exciting to me, and I think that this position provides that opportunity.
I was excited to get the news, but at the same time, I knew I had big shoes to fill, so I was excited, but at the same time, a little bit anxious and apprehensive. But hopefully I'm doing okay up to this point. I'm learning every day and hopefully getting better all the time. Fargo PD is like, in my opinion, it's a premier law enforcement agency in North Dakota. It's a large agency, but when you meet the people that work here, it's really a tight-knit team as well. So you get that big agency feel, however, it seems like a family at the same time. The other thing that really attracted me is the amount of opportunity you have at Fargo PD. A lot of the smaller agencies don't have that level of opportunity, and throughout the years in my career, I've been able to do a lot of really cool things.
I think the purpose of highlighting these promotion ceremonies and a variety of the other things that we do is just to really let the community know that there's a lot of variety in us as officers, whether we're line levels or supervisors or all the way up to senior administration. Our backstories are different, our journeys are different, our goals and our pathways will continue to be different. And so it's one, to show the community that we're a lot more like them than they think. And second of all, it's really just to show the young people that even with their diverse expectations, goals, and pathways as they get older, that you don't have to follow the same path to become in law enforcement either.
I'm appreciative to the executive staff and the people that worked on this process. I think they did an incredible job. A lot of the people that were involved in that process are people that have worked with me and people I've worked for over the years. And those people have done an incredible job at being supportive, of mentoring and guiding me to where I was able to be in this position. And so not only am I thankful for the overall process, but the people that helped me get here over the years that were a part of that. I'm very appreciative to that. As far as the people that I'll be supervising or working with, Again, I'm thankful for their support because I definitely wouldn't be here without all of my coworkers, and many people in this department have taken me under their wing over the years and guided me and shown me grace, so I'm appreciative to that. I certainly don't take this position lightly. I'm here to help people and give them what they need as they navigate their own careers. So,
You know, as we add and we continue to grow the department, I think it's important for everyone to recognize that at each level there are roles and responsibilities, and we need to grow the department incrementally from that perspective so that we can maintain our culture and make sure that we are staying forward thinking and bringing in best practice on those types of things. And these folks are going to be an excellent addition to our leadership team.
Okay, excellent video. Thank you, folks. All right, now we'll move over to the actual pinning. So Troy, Tara, if you'd come up, please. Christy and her husband Jared, who's also with the Clay County Sheriff's Office, daughters Zoe and Gabe. Are you coming up? Come on up, you guys. Okay, there you go. And Tim and his daughter Juniper, who, when Tim was sworn in as an officer, Juniper was 3 weeks old, and now she's 6? 7? I should do the math on that. Very nice. Nice job, Juniper. Okay, last order of business is our law enforcement oath of honor. If you just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I think I'm going here now. There we go. On my honor, I will never betray my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always maintain the highest ethical standards and uphold the values of my community and the agency I serve. Congratulations. We will let these folks stay up here. We're going to have a congratulatory line that'll start going in this direction clockwise. So congratulate these folks. We'll have photos after. Any families that want photos, our illustrious comm team will make sure that you get what you want. Thank you all for your attendance. It's a a big deal for everyone here to see the support from the families and the departments. So thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.